In his inaugural press conference as the new offensive coordinator of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Dave Canales brought a fresh sense of enthusiasm with detailed and thorough responses as he convinced many around Tampa Bay that he's the guy to get the job done. Canales broached a number of topics in his half-hour conversation with the Bucs media, with one of them being about improving the run game. The Bucs were last in rushing attempts and rushing yards per game last season. Canales, on the other hand, comes from an offense where they were in the top 10 in rushing yards per attempt. Canales discussed what he'll specifically emphasize in the run game, while also understanding that they'll do whatever it takes to win. That means you might have one game where they run the ball the whole time and another where the ball's aired out in the passing game. With an awareness on making adjustments, each week will tell a different story for the Bucs.
First of all, you gotta have great players, right? It's all rattle them off, right? Marshawn Lynch, you had Thomas Rawls, who was fantastic for a couple of years. Chris Carson came in out of nowhere as a seventh round pick and just ran like a madman for a couple of years. Here comes Rachaad Penny, and Rachaad's been an explosive, play waiting to happen. Adding Ken Walker, and so then what it comes down to is you got to have a great system, great coaching up front to just get the play started. And a lot of what you do with having the play actions, right, the boots, the keepers, it just slows down the backside just enough to give a great player space and then see you later, and so some of those runs have come off of that. But it's also about the attitude, right? Just knowing when to just pour it up in the dark crease, and get that ugly 2 and 3 early on, and that becomes 4 and 5, and then it becomes 12, and being dogged in your commitment to being able to run the ball in any given situation, in any given personnel. That being said, if the run's not working, we're going to throw it a little bit more. If the pass isn't working, we're going to run it a little bit more. There'll be days, if they're not fitting the runs right, we'll run the ball 40 times. There'll be days where you got a matchup outside with Mike or Chris Godwin, and we're blocking them pretty good, and we could throw for 400 plus yards, and that's happened in our past in Seattle as well. Is just like do whatever it takes to win, and above all, take care of the ball. So having that balance is critical, and it's not about establishing the run. It's about establishing an attacking offense that makes you have to defend the run, but also defend the pass, and then that's when you become dangerous.
Now, Canales goes from having Kenneth Walker in the backfield to working with up-and-coming running back Rachaad White. One thing that is for certain is Canales is a huge fan of White and is looking forward to getting a lot out of him this season.
Oh yeah, just what shocked me about that was the toughness and the style that he ran, because I saw him as this versatile guy who you could run routes with out of the backfield, split him out wide and do some things like that, plus the run game. But then you see his attitude, in person in Germany, and just see the style that he ran downhill. He was aggressive, the violence that he played with, and you go, wow, this guy could be special. He's got some great skill set that really fit into our system.